with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. That intro is hilarious. Chris over at Arnold T101 is totally trolling me because of the Galactic War series I lost, and that is the goofy intro. I love Onion Boy, and I think Snoop Dogg, and it's just very funny. And I made a bad intro for him, and here it is right here. Yeah, I had to mix in the Hey Arnold and everything like that. Lots of fun. We're going to be doing those videos every Wednesday, some sort of challenge. But on Discord with us right now is FN5378008. What's up, dude?
Hey there. How's it going?
Now, tell me a little bit about your name, because I don't understand what that is.
Okay. Well, so FN is the, just kind of brings it back to Star Wars. And 553780008, if you turn that backwards upside down, it spells boobless. So if you remember from grade school, on your calculator, you type in that and show your friends. It was hilarious to me, still is to this day, so I love that screen name.
All right, so we're just going to call you FN Boobless from now on. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
FN Boobless has been putting up videos on his channel here, and you can see his channel right here, and you've been putting up crazy numbers in all of the heroic raids, Phase 2, 3, and 4, but the one that really caught my attention is what you're doing here in Phase 4. Now, what were you doing before Chirrut and Baze?
So before that, it was the Wigs beginning, and then I mixed in Lando and Leia, replaced them with each other, and then also had Raid Han.
Okay.
And most of the time, it always seemed like Lando was my best fit for that, just because it was a little bit more reliable on scoring points. And at that point, I believe I was scoring 1.2 million roughly.
Okay.
And then that was like a typical phase. But the problem with the team was the firestorms every single time. And it was hard to escape after a couple firestorms. Basically, it became an RNG thing. So it was too unreliable.
So the traditional strategy before doing Chirrut and Baze was to take Wedge and Biggs with Lando, and then either to use Han or Leia with either Rex or Phasma for speed down. That was the basic strategy?
I tried some of the other tunes like Rex and Phasma, but I wasn't breaking a million with them. And that might have been because I hadn't geared them up quite as much. But the speed down, once I learned about that, I started using fives a little bit, and he helped out a lot. So I had fives, Wigs, Lando, I guess Leia. And that worked out well for a while, but it was the speed down piece that became pretty important, especially during topple and trying to get to the topple.
Okay, let's talk about that for a little bit. Some people topple the tank and some people don't. What's your feelings about that?
Well, if you want a high score, you have to topple. And as long as you have tunes that can buff before the end of the topple, you should be fine.
Okay, and so people were using Leia or Han for that traditionally?
Absolutely. And one of the things that you'll notice in all of my videos, right before topple ends, I have two different strategies on how I use Raid Han special. Regardless, either way I do it, he always has his buff up before the topple.
Before the topple
I'm sorry,
finishes.
For when the topple is ending.
Yeah, with a fire strike, or the ship that comes down and can kill everybody if you're not careful. That's showing up on the screen right here. This fire strike comes down, and if the hero does not have a buff, your whole team can just get wiped out, right?
Yeah. And it's tough because, without anybody to heal at that point, then all of a sudden you're losing tunes, and you're not going to get the scores that you want that way.
And then what is the strategy that you're using with the B2? I noticed you're not taking them out first. Some people will take out the B2s right away.
Yeah, so this is kind of unique with a counter team, like having Baze and Chirrut in there. You're able to get hits on the B2s when they counter. So you can essentially get them down to a respectable hit, like a health level, once you're in topple to where you can easily take care of them. So as I attack the tank itself, I'm reducing all of its power, getting ready for it to topple so that it absolutely does not take a turn. I'll be more than happy to take the hits for the B2s as long as I'm countering them and eventually taking them out in the topple.
Yeah, because if you don't take them out at the beginning part of the topple, then they'll dispel everything, and then when the
Yeah, and it's important to kind of keep track of what cooldown the B2 is on because they have a 2-turn cooldown on their dispel. So if they hit you with ability block pre-topple, then you know that their next 2 hits that they're going to give you, usually at that point I'm in topple, they're just going to go straight for Baze. And I'm fine with that because he's going to counter. And if I notice that they've already taken 2 turns, then I'll refocus back on those B2s until I take them out because I can't have ability block because I need their buffs, once topple ends.
So, what gear level do you have all of your heroes? Are they all at gear 11? And then how are you modding them?
Sure. So I don't think I have a single tune that's not gear 11 that I play in the raid. And for my rebel team in phase 4, so Wiggs and Chase, they're all geared with critical damage and critical chance for the most part, with speed and offense secondaries. Now, the
Okay.
difference with Baze is I do have some potency on him to get him up to pretty close to 100% potency.
And what's the highest amount of damage that you've been able to do on the heroic phase 4?
So actually, just recently, I did a 4.5 million run. Unfortunately, did not get that one recorded, but I think it was the best run I've had so far.
Pretty amazing. Those are huge numbers. So, what would you suggest to someone that doesn't have the turret and bays, like if they're doing Han and Rex, let's say, with Lando?
Sure.
How would you do that team there? What would be your strategy with the B2s?
Sure. So in a situation like that where you probably cannot take down the tank before the tank starts shooting at you, I would suggest go ahead and take out at least one of the B2s. And one suggestion is when modding your tunes, I stay away from protection and try to fill up on health.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, especially with Wedge lead.
Yeah. So therefore, you have a bigger pool. With these particular tunes, you can't rebuild your original protection there on your shield, but you can, help out your health there. And the higher that health is, the better chance that you have.
All right. Well, I've said this in other videos, but I'll say it again. But getting Wedge and Biggs is kind of a no-brainer because they're pretty much useful in all places of the games. Ships, raids, even the arena in Galactic War. And what I got out from you, which is kind of a big deal, is to avoid the protection mods and go health. Seems to be a smart thing because you're going to be getting health back from Wedge leadership, right?
Absolutely.
Well, the two of us are in the same guild, and we're actually, there's like 4 of us now? 4 different guilds in the same group of Mighty Chlorians?
Yeah.
Or is it 3 right now?
Yeah, we have 4. We have 2 of them that do all heroics. We have the third one that does heroic pit and the normal AAT. And then the fourth one right now it actually does the same thing as the third guild. And the fourth guild is more of our training guild, kind of bring people on, let them join the family and start raiding with us, start getting our insight. And we love to promote from within, but we also encourage, people who want to join the family to, give us a shout.
Right, because we're almost ready to go to 3 guilds that are doing heroic. Right now we're doing 2, but the third one is almost there. So you can send an email off to 4ginverterdive@gmail.com and he'll look at your roster and find out if there's a fit or something like that, but be sure to hit him up. This has been awesome, Boobless. We got to do more videos. I know you've got a crazy Phase 2 strategy and crazy Phase 3. Phase 3 is the beast on the whole raid, right?
Yeah, a lot of guilds, probably that's one of the hardest ones they have to get through, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you zated out your Darth Vader yet?
I did. In fact, I was able to just submit a 1.7 million run with him yesterday, which I'll be.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, that's like 15% then, or something crazy, right?
Yeah, and I'll post that video over the next couple days to get it out there, let people see kind of my strategy, which was kind of vague. I still have a lot to work on, but it's a work in progress.
Okay, so if you want to check out Boobless channel. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. I'm excited to see this next video about Phase 3 because, you know, the whole Zeta, Vader with TIE Pilot and Palpatine, and what I'm guessing you probably use Royal Guard and Sunfac.
Yes.
Yep, that's the one that I've been seeing that is crazy good. So we'll have to make a video about that as well. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for posting these videos.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.